Welcome to Home with Justin. Welcome to a stone cottage garden that feels like a slow breath. Picture us stepping along a warm path. The house is rough stone and climbing roses to one side, mountains soft in the distance. Together we will read this landscape, uncover the simple principles behind its charm, and walk through a practical, repeatable plan so you can create a garden that invites, calms, and grows with you. This is a guide for anyone who wants beauty without overwhelm, a place that supports pollinators and people alike. Start by noticing the big ideas this garden uses. The house anchors the scene and the beds curve around it, creating rooms that flow from one to another. Stone walls and paths give structure and texture, while layered planting, low ground covers, medium perennials, and taller shrubs and climbers creates depth at every eye level. The colors are both harmonious and lively. A warm core of roses and yellows softened by purples, blues, and airy whites. Think of the garden as a composition. Balance structure with softness, repeat a few key colors to guide the eye, and let texture and scent add intimacy. Do a simple site survey before touching soil. Walk through the space at different times of day and mark sunny patches, shady corners, prevailing wind, and any wet or dry spots. This cottage garden shows sun on the open beds and dappled shade near the cottage and trees. Use those conditions to place plants. Sun lovers like salvias and lavender where the light is full, shade-tolerant plants like hostas or ferns closer to walls and under trees. A quick map of light and moisture will save time and heartache later, and help the garden feel effortless rather than forced. Test and improve the soil gradually. Dig a few small holes and feel the texture. Is it heavy and clayey, or loose and sandy? Add compost as a routine, seasonal practice. Compost improves both structure and fertility. It helps sandy soils hold moisture and breaks up clay to improve drainage. Rather than attempting a one-time fix, top dress beds with compost in spring and autumn. And watch the soil life improve. Healthy soil means healthier plants, fewer pest problems, and less need for chemicals. Choose a planting palette that balances repetition and surprise. Pick 2 or 3 dominant colors to repeat across beds, so the eye moves harmoniously through the landscape. Use accents in complementary hues for contrast. Combine bold, long-blooming perennials like echinacea with airy fillers such as nepeta or achillea to soften the composition. Include evergreen shrubs or clipped forms to provide winter structure, and a visual skeleton for the garden when flowers are gone. Repetition creates unity. Variety keeps the scene interesting. Shape beds with gentle curves and clear edges. Curves feel natural and invite movement. Stone edging or low rock walls create a cozy, handcrafted feeling and help with drainage on sloped sites. The path should lead the eye to a focal point. A doorway, bench, or a specimen plant, and open views at key moments. Keep walking routes comfortable and wide enough for 2 people to stroll side by side. Framed sightlines make the garden an invitation to linger. Plant with a mind for maturity and grouping. Arrange plants in odd-numbered groupings. 3s and 5s look natural. And place taller plants toward the back or center of islands with lower plants at edges. When planting, tease out circling roots. Set the root ball slightly higher than surrounding soil if drainage is a concern, and firm gently. Water deeply at planting to reduce shock, and create a saucer to hold water. Plan spacing by mature size so beds won't become overcrowded and needy after a season or two. Adopt a watering and mulching strategy that reduces work. New transplants need regular watering until roots establish, but mature plants benefit from deep, infrequent watering that encourages deeper roots. Mulch 3 to 4 inches of organic material around plants to retain moisture, suppress weeds, and feed the soil as it breaks down. Mulch also softens the base of plants visually and reduces the frequency of chores. Helping the garden look established sooner. Designed for biodiversity and pollinators. Choose single-form flowers rather than heavy double blooms to allow bees and butterflies easy access to nectar and pollen. Plant a succession of bloomers to provide food from spring through autumn. Early bulbs and perennials followed by summer staples and late-season asters and sedums. Include aromatic herbs and nectar-rich plants like lavender, sage, and monarda. A small shallow water source and some sheltering features, a dense hedge, log pile, or a simple insect hotel. will encourage beneficial wildlife and create resilience against pests. Keep maintenance approachable with short, regular sessions. A little work each week, weeding, deadheading, a quick check for pests, prevents small issues from becoming big jobs. Deadhead plants that rebloom to extend flowering. But leave some seed heads and grasses into winter for interest and bird food. Divide overcrowded perennials every few years to renew vigor and create extras for other parts of the garden. Light touch pruning keeps shapes natural and preserves the cottage character. Practice on-site reuse and composting. Collect kitchen vegetable scraps, avoid meat and dairy, and garden cuttings to build compost. Layer green and brown materials to speed decomposition. Finish compost top-dressed in spring and autumn enriches beds and reduces reliance on synthetic fertilizers. A small compost bin or tumbler fits most yards and becomes a continuous resource that cuts waste and improves plant health. Add small architectural details for personality and function. A low stone wall or dry stone bed edge amplifies the handcrafted feel. A simple trellis for climbing roses. A bench tucked into a shady spot. Or rustic plant labels turns planting into a lived-in place. Raised beds made from reclaimed stone or timber can define planting zones and make access easier for planting and weeding, particularly in sloped sites. Keep a tidy tool area with a few essential implements so small tasks are easy to do. Think across seasons. Plant bulbs and early perennials for spring. Enjoy a vibrant summer display. And include late-season perennials and grasses for autumn interest. Select plants for form as well as color so silhouettes and textures read well in winter. Evergreens and structural shrubs maintain lines and make the garden legible year-round. Invite neighbors and share plants. A garden that becomes a community resource grows far faster than one tended alone. Swap seeds, share cuttings, or invite a friend to help plant a bed. Gardening together spreads knowledge, builds resilience, and turns a private landscape into a shared delight. Finish each session with a short walk and a note. Look for one success and one small task for next week. Add compost to a bed, plant a cluster of pollinator plugs, or edge the path. Incremental progress compounds into a lush, enduring garden without overwhelming effort. Thank you for exploring this cottage garden with Home with Studio. If this plan resonates, pick one concrete step this week. Map the light in your yard, add compost to a single bed, or plant a few pollinator-friendly seedlings. Small steps become big change. If this guide helped and more seasonal how-tos are wanted, please subscribe to Home with Studio and ring the bell so we can keep growing together. See you in the next video, where practical projects meet hands-on planting and design ideas for every home.